Hello, and welcome back for another round of Tipsy Wednesday. I'm your host Björn, with me as usual and always Thomas
Hey, hey.
and Junior.
Hello there.
Hello. I've noticed I introduced this podcast exactly the same way as I do the Norwegian one, just like
That's
almost word for word.
When Junior said hello, I thought for a quick moment of, do you remember the old movie Mrs. Doubtfire?
Hello. No.
Hello!
Yeah.
Funny movie.
Yep.
Bless his soul.
Yeah.
Bless his soul. So, how are we tonight?
I'm fine, and I'm sleepy.
Fine. Just fine. Yeah.
Fine, tired from work.
Yeah.
We all are.
Same
I
story
guess.
as always. Yeah.
Mhm.
However,
Yeah, but I'm getting up at 4:30 a.m. to go
Yeah.
to work, so.
hence why you're tired.
Yeah, I'm tired because I'm going to get up early tomorrow.
Ah.
Because I know I'm going to get up early tomorrow. My body is already preparing. Also, I haven't been drinking energy drinks, so yeah.
Maybe you'll sleep better.
Perhaps.
Yeah. You'll get more effective sleep. You'll get more rested bonus.
All the health benefits.
All the rested points.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to gamify that. I don't know what game that would be though. Gaining rested points from resting.
Rested points. What would that be?
I don't fucking know.
You go to
you
sleep in the
rested
game and you get bonus points.
Rested experience bonus
Mhm.
from post resting.
No, I get it. It could be like an RPG game, and you do all the quests and everything, but you gain the XP when you go to sleep in the game.
Like Final Fantasy 14. No, 15. The boy band 14, I guess.
Do they do that there? You have to go to the
I've
camp,
I
and then
never-
you get the experience points.
I
Yeah.
never played it. Oh, okay.
It's quite fun.
But I never played the remake of 7 either, so I'm like,
I'm going to play it. I have it, and part 2 is coming out this year as well. So
yeah.
I do know, however, that there are some interesting clothing mods for the characters in those games. For a lot of games in general nowadays, it seems.
Yeah,
But the Final Fantasy fan base seems to be very...
Horny?
How do you call it? Yeah, maybe so.
they know what they want.
Well, which perfectly leads us into a topic at hand.
Horny?
No,
No,
but
gaming.
skin mods within games. I didn't even write it down as a topic. Capcom, which in recent times released the great success of the Resident Evil series. Lately, Resident Evil 4 remake has been a huge success. The newest Street Fighter game in question has been a huge success.
Not as good.
No.
No,
However,
I think it's mostly negative if you go on Steam.
However, as with most popular games these days, the customer base seems to want to customize their game experience with installing their own clothing mods, skin modifications to customize their game experience to their preference. And recently there was a Street Fighter tournament where it was live streamed or broadcasted somehow, and one participant in particular forgot to uninstall his clothing mod for a character in game, Chun-Li, which is a female fighter. and it was basically just an all nude mod that was just broadcasted live. So that was a huge oopsie. But
how did that go for him?
I don't. I'm not sure how that went for him in particular. But Capcom, the game company, is it the publisher and developer?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
They
So
do
so
both.
they, of course, they were very upset that this happened in the first place, and they, well, should I even go back even further? Because they're a Japanese game developer and publisher, and Japanese companies in the gaming industry usually is way more conservative and reserved than the other game creators from other countries. So they've taken a firm stance on trying to ban all mods for their games, regardless of multiplayer, single player, and trying to associate mods with cheating, which a modification to a game could help you to cheat in the game in particular, but a lot of mods also just change like quality of
Cosmetics.
life stuff or cosmetics, which are like totally disconnected from the performance of the game itself. However, they're not a fan of. They just say all modding. We're not a fan of it. It promotes cheating, and we want to ban all modding from our games. So they're trying to implement very strict anti-cheating measures, anti-modding
Modding?
measures.
Thanks,
their
nude
games.
Chun-Li guy.
Fucking hell.
So so they're consider. I think they even I heard a rumor that they installed some DRM application for a game that released 10 years ago that the modding scene has kept alive since then. Don't question me what game this was, but it just speaks to the level that they're trying to go. They're trying to like ban all modding and take serious measures against you as the end customer modifying the game in
Yeah,
any
well,
way.
That's not good. That's not good.
Well,
They did.
Hold on. How do you think Fortnite would see him if modding was allowed? Is there free? Can you mod skins in Fortnite?
No, but you can do it in Skyrim.
Yeah, in Skyrim.
And that's a lot more fun with mods.
But
Yeah.
In the interest of the game developer, in the financial department, if you could, I'm playing the devil's advocate now. If you could just simply mod all the skins onto your characters in game, there would be no need for you as the customer, the end user of, let's say, a Fortnite player. You wouldn't be. You would have no need to purchase any skins from their in-game store because you could just mod all of the skins onto your character for free.
Yes.
Which is a huge,
Financial
huge minus, a huge financial
drawback.
drawback for the game
Cro-
developer, if that's the case. So there are several reasons why Capcom in this case doesn't want modding to be a thing, but modding is so much more than just cheating or circumventing a paid option, circumventing a paid DLC, circumventing paid skins.
Are you aware of how many skins there is in Street Fighter?
No.
There were
No,
quite a
this
few,
is-
but listen, Street Fighter 5, for instance, they had some, let's say, a couple of butt scenes, and they they fixed the problem with the butt by releasing a patch which changed it so the angle wasn't the same anymore, and the mod community modded it back so you could get the butt scene back. Yeah, so they fixed Capcom's fix of taking away the butt scene. So I think stuff like that should be allowed
Well,
to play the game as actually intended.
I think modding should be allowed unless it's competitive.
In
Yeah,
single player
the-
games, you should be able to.
Yeah, I said competitive, right? In
Yes,
esport.
that's let's the Devil May Cry series. Devil May Cry 3, 4, and 5. As far as I know, they're just single player games.
yeah, there's no
Um,
competitive scene.
And
in that.
we're speaking to the volumes of the PC port of Devil May Cry 3. It's a game that was released in 2005. The PC port was bad and it lacked features. However, the modding community has modded the game to be more compatible, to be more ease of use. It's an old game that had a shitty port and the modders fixed it. They didn't change, they didn't put cheats in the game, they didn't put you get the picture. They fixed issues with the game in a single player experience, and Capcom is fighting that as well. They're just saying all modding is a no, and that's so narrow-sighted. It's so it's I don't know if that translates well in English.
Shallow.
It's narrow, shallow. It's short-sighted. It's narrow. They're like
Game makers like
Yeah.
this, they need to hire good modders to like.
Yeah. Oh
come
my
in
god.
and fix games.
All the booty mods for Resident Evil. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, modding has the potential to keep older games alive for much longer than they otherwise would be. Let's say Bethesda banned or made serious measures to prevent any modifications to their games, including the Fallout series and the Elder Scrolls series.
They tried.
Maybe they tried. Let's
No.
say they were successful. You could not modify the game at all. How long would Skyrim be alive? It's
Haven't you seen the Bethesda store for Skyrim? They're selling mods.
yeah.
That's
I'm
funny.
just saying if it was the other way around. If
No, they are doing it right now.
they are
at this
doing it,
moment. Yeah.
they're trying to fight all.
Yeah,
Modding?
they're selling mods that people have made, like a creator store thing. Bethesda.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, which is really hard to sell because you got the free mods on the side and you got paid mods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you went to your local grocery store and inside the store you could buy a soda for €5. Well, that's expensive. 2 euros. Or you could go outside of the store and there's a dude there just giving away the same free soda. It was like,
Hey!
here, it's for free.
kid! Hey kid! You want a soda? Give
From
Give
his
me your
trench coat,
information.
he opens his
Yeah.
trench coat and he has free soda for the kids. Don't take soda from the guy in the trench coat. Or the guy giving away free candies. No.
Grab the snob, grab the snob, and take a coke.
grab the snob. I know what you're trying to say, but
Grab the knob was what I was going for.
yeah, that's yeah. Well, I've made a piss poor coverage of this topic in general, but I will put a link in the description to a YouTube channel called Under the Mayo. It's a 20-minute video which just puts this into way greater detail than I've just done.
Why
and
do the
ups and-
research when you can
Well,
link
I-
someone else done it better?
I was watching the video when we were starting the podcast. So this my mindset is just a summary of the main material that I have watched. However, I'm giving credit to my source Under the Mayo on YouTube. So credit where credit is due. So go watch him. He has great content overall. So yeah, so that's my 2 cents on that. Thomas,
Hey.
VLDL.
Yeah, VLDL. Viva La Dirt League. It's a YouTube channel as well.
Yes.
But they do other things as well. For instance, a podcast called "We Were Told We Should Do a Podcast."
Where are they now?
Yeah, they were, and so they did or do.
Yeah.
So there's like 9 or 10 episodes out at this moment, and I've started listening to it, and it's great. It's
Are you promoting?
It's hilarious.
another?
Yes, I'm promoting another podcast. Yes, because as they said in their podcast, because it's a podcast of 3 white dudes doing a podcast, and they said this
So-
is an untapped market. 3 white dudes doing a podcast. No one else does that. And they said 3 is the magical number in a podcast.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, 3 people doing a podcast is the best.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
You should send them tips on how to get better, right?
Yeah, I should. I think they are already better.
We should send them tipsy.
Yeah.
Send them a mug.
Well, they Viva La
They-
Dirt League has how many millions of subscribers on their social platforms? On YouTube, maybe they've
Give me.
they're
a moment.
already hugely popular and has a massive following and does great content.
Yeah, on YouTube they have
so-
6.15 million followers.
Yeah, so just from the get go, I'm not saying they cheated, but they've put the
But
groundwork.
they cheated. They took
No,
their jobs.
They've done great.
They
they've done
took their
great.
jobs.
Our
They took
jobs?
our
We have jobs, as far as I know.
I don't know how many who follows them on Spotify or so, but probably many.
Yeah.
Like if a fraction of the YouTube followers listen to their podcast, they're doing quite well on the podcast as well.
Yeah. Is the what's the name of the podcast itself?
We were told we should do a podcast.
Oh,
It's
that's the name of the podcast. Oh, okay.
They said in one episode they would cover this topic. In another episode, how hard it was to name the podcast. So yeah,
So you just stuck with the literal thing they were told.
yeah, basically. I haven't
Well, fair
gotten
enough.
that far. I'm 4 episodes deep thus far, out of 10 so far.
And you intend to go deeper.
I will go deeper, yeah. And
Go
they
as
had
deep as you
interesti-
can.
They had interesting topics. They talked about
The weather.
no kids or no kids, for instance, because one in the
Ooh.
group has kids, one in the group want kids, and the third one in the group doesn't want kids. So they
Mm.
had different viewpoints from all around. So they discussed that one episode. And episode 4, which I'm listening to now, they are talking how their experience in being on set of the making of Avatar was, because 2 of the guys had cameos in Avatar, or supporting, no, not supporting roles, but
Background
background
cameos, background.
Yeah,
not even
'cause
cameos.
They wasn't famous at that point, but yeah, you
They
know,
just
they-
had supporting roles.
Yeah.
Not even supporting roles, but supporting background roles.
Yeah, they're there in the background. You can see them in the background. So yeah, now they're discussing how one of the guys thought he was getting a bit part in the movie. Like he thought, this is it, this is my shot. And it's just a
it's-
soldier sitting there in a group of other soldiers listening to the general have a speech.
Yeah, because they're in a meeting room and he's like one of the 50 guys in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he only has a couple of scenes and doesn't say anything, but he said that he was sold onto on the audition. He was sold as it was an important bit part, so he thought he would do like something, get to show his acting skills, because he was fresh out of acting school and whatnot. And well, he sits in one scene and he stands in another scene ready to escort a dude, and that's it.
And that's in the background as well.
Yeah.
It's,
He's not
I'm
in the.
imagining it would be very funny to be on the set, right? Because this is the most expensive movie ever, right?
No.
At
Yeah,
that
was
point.
it was
At
at the
that-
time, yeah, and it was
yeah,
also
at that point.
the best grossing movie ever when it released. And I'm currently just started the episode, so I've only gotten a bit into it. But they're talking about how they were sent to boot camp and everything, so they really thought that this is the shit because we're getting military training at the boot camp.
what the fuck?
And whatnot.
Really?
Yeah, they did. Just how to act and stand and do everything like so and so.
N-
So
No wonder that movie cost a ton of money.
So he was sent to boot camp to do military basics training just to play a background role. Where he was
Yeah.
sitting in a chair in the meeting room in one scene, and the other scene he was just standing in the background.
yeah.
No wonder that was an expensive movie to make. It's like you said.
Yeah, they did everything like, yeah. So yeah, so that's what they're currently talking about in the episode I'm at now. There will also be an episode with three episodes where they discuss how Viva Dirt League became a thing and whatnot. So yeah, it's an overall good podcast. They talked about
Three-
gaming as well.
3 episodes of how Viva La Dirt League came to be.
Yeah.
The epic adventure, is it 3 episodes? Like,
Yeah,
Where
it's,
did they
uh,
meet?
It's 3 podcast episodes. How they met, how they like started Viva La Dirt League, and how it's evolved, and just everything Viva La Dirt League. They will cover in the 3 latest episodes. So I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm really looking forward to it
all right.
because
So
I've been
that-
following them
that's
on
a-
YouTube for years now. So
that's a lot of content. Just 3. How long are the episodes in question?
yeah, hour length, 40 minutes to an hour.
So they're going to talk for 3 hours how Viva 3 hour story lesson of Viva La Dirt League.
Basically.
A lot of that's a lot of shit going down.
Yeah. But it's very
Hmm.
interesting. So it's a good podcast, and especially if you like gaming and like the nerdy side of things. So it's worth checking out.
Their content is great. Just go watch them. They have funny videos. All of them are just especially if you're somewhat of a nerd.
Yeah, I just saw
Gaming,
one of their
D&D.
the skits they
nerd.
did
Yeah.
from their show Board, is it? Yeah, when they have a tech shop and they work in it, and there's a kid eating something, and it's no, not a kid, it's a dude eating something, and he gets sticky hands, and he touch everything in the store, and everything gets sticky and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah, and I sent that to a friend who runs a store at the shopping mall where I work, and she
A
was
tech
like,
shop.
no, but the comic book shop.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, have this ever happened to you? And she was like, oh my god, yes, that was a lot. Kids coming in there with sticky fingers and touching everything. And you can see like the marks on the products when they've
Oh
touched them.
no.
So they're actually
no.
spot on that. So yeah, that's my advertising of Evil Dirt League here on Tipsy Wednesday.
Yes.
Yay!
Now I
Our
expect
community.
in a
Go
couple of
listen to their podcast.
yeah. But now I expect in a couple of episodes, Evil Dirt League will talk warmly about the Tipsy Wednesday as well.
Sure.
We should send them a Tipsy Wednesday mug. Or 3 of them.
Yeah, well.
Well, yeah.
We have a topic from last week, which is relevant forever. Tech support. Have you guys ever played tech support for the older generation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever considered for your can I just inquire you in how exactly were you tech support? What questions and what are the tech problems you've been facing?
Well, with my grandfather, it's always like the TV isn't working, and he's been pushing a button on the remote control, and he doesn't know which button it is. Usually, it's just changed from HDMI to something else, and he doesn't know how to change it back. And he always calls, "There's something wrong with the TV. We need to deliver it and get a new one."
Uh, I share the same experiences, very much so. Sometimes not even HDMI 1 to HDMI 2, but sometimes Netflix has opened or some other smart function on the smart TV.
Yeah, because there's shortcuts on the remote for Netflix and other smart functions, perhaps.
Yes, which, yeah. Junior, do you have any any
but,
other
no,
much the
no,
same?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, from this last incident, where I played the tech support guy, again, from a case where I had to, over the phone, try to remember the menus and try to remember how the controller looked like and guide through how the inputs and the smart functions on the TV worked. I was like, how is there a possibility to circumvent this? Number one, is it possible to buy a dumb TV today?
No.
I don't want a smart TV.
No,
I want
no,
a dumb
you
TV.
You can't, I think.
Yeah,
All
and
TVs
that's what I concluded with as well. You can't buy a dumb TV today. They're all smart. They're too fucking smart. Number two, parental control settings. Is there a way for me to put parental control features on the TV of my parents? Literal parental control to prevent them from pressing the YouTube and Netflix button. Is there a way for me to do that?
I don't know, but you could probably turn off the smart function on the button somehow, I imagine.
Or buy another remote and rip off all the buttons.
Except the on and off button.
Yeah. Use some pliers and rip off all the buttons you don't need.
Like physically.
Yeah, rip them out.
dismantle it. Okay.
Rip them out. Tear it out. Do it with the keyboard as well.
Duct tape the remote control and only have the on off button visible. That's the oldest solution.
Make a shield where you can only press through on and off. 3D print a case for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my solution. Rip off all the buttons. You don't need that button. You don't need that button.
I think you shouldn't have to do something like that.
No.
There should be some software solution.
Yeah, I agree. But here we are.
But have you looked? You haven't looked into this, right? You haven't.
I have Googled around settings for the Samsung Smart TV functionality, and there's a lot of functionality for the Samsung Smart TVs. However, I don't want any of them.
I want less functions.
I want less functions. I want a dumb TV. I don't want any of the smarts. Just dumb.
As Junior
that's
say,
where
you could buy a universal controller and just rip off the excess buttons.
Yeah.
Except the volume and the on and off button, perhaps.
I did buy a universal remote for my stereo because I couldn't find. I bought my stereo's speakers second hand, and the remote didn't come with it, so I bought a second hand one for that as well. And just a few buttons on that works. Just the on-off volume and just a few menu settings, which is all I need. So
yeah, but
yeah,
when you
maybe that
googled, there wasn't an alternative to just turn off functions.
No, but there were a lot of suggestions of things you could enable and disable in the parental control settings.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm now. I'm wondering if I should enable parental control for my smart TV to prevent my parents from entering the smart menus.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. Maybe it is. Maybe I'll.
You can
I'll
also,
check
on
into-
on the TV when you turn it on, you get the menu down at the bottom of the screen where you can choose. You can remove all of those as well from the screen, so you can't
Yeah,
use the arrow buttons
I'll-
to hit them.
I'm thinking of that as well. Just remove all of the easy access buttons, the easy access shortcuts, because they're all just potential
Hazards.
potential hazards. Yeah. Yeah. Just remove all of those. Just try to, because every now and then I get a phone call. It's like, hey, I have a problem with the TV. It says Netflix and it says your name. What's this? Like, yeah. It's the Netflix smart function. You have to navigate out of this. You have to
Push the return
press
button.
press the return button. It's down by the arrow navigate. Yeah.
You should
It's a
you should take a picture of your parent's controller. So when
Yes,
they
I
call,
should do.
you can just look at the picture and say, you see that button that says this or with this sign on it. You should push that.
Yeah. Thank you, Thomas.
Yeah, no problem.
I didn't-
Or you can Google the remote control as well and get the picture.
Simple solution. Yeah, I can't remember exactly how it looks
Ah.
like. So
Does it look?
a picture.
No. Oh, I was about to get my controller
Yeah,
for my
no,
Samsung
no.
TV. Because I have the same as my grandmother, so when she misclicks anything, I just fetch my controller because it's the same, and I can guide her through exactly what to push on.
Neat.
Yeah,
Or if you had a picture, as you said.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that next time.
Do that
I'll
and
do this.
enable the parental control and just to turn off or password protect certain stuff.
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
Mm?
I'll protect my parents from doing that.
Yeah.
Literal parental control.
Yeah. So see if you can enable that for the smart functions and just put it on. And
Yeah.
now you might still
Well-
access them and get up the write the password thing.
Yeah, but
So
you
it's-
literally can't get past that. You can just enter the wrong password and exit.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
So that should help a
So-
bit, and if you have a picture, you can navigate easier when helping out.
Yep. Well, we've talked enough about smart and dumb TVs. Well, not dumb TVs because they don't exist anymore. So,
I saw this
I've no-
this meme of the power lifters or when strongmen when they lift those fucking balls they're supposed to put up.
balls.
The boulders.
In the
like
strongman competitions,
strongman competition, yeah.
where they have
Yeah.
these rocks, this round.
Yeah, the round rocks they're putting up.
Okay.
The boulder.
The boulder.
The
yeah.
boulders.
Yeah.
What about
basically,
those?
Yeah, there was a picture of a strongman lifting one of those, but the boulder was switched out with the old TVs, the big boxes.
A
With,
CRT TV.
Yeah.
CRTs. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's struggling lifting that, and it says 90s kid moving the TV from one room to another. And it's so fucking true because those TVs were fucking heavy.
Yeah. They were huge as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, enough about that. I've noticed a weird thing.
Your penis.
It's supposed to be there, Björn.
No, that's not what I meant. But okay.
You sure?
Thanks for the info.
We can
Now I
tell you how
know.
to use it.
Have you guys noticed on job applications, or not the reverse thing? Not you as the guy seeking a job, but the company, like putting on a billboard on the internet nowadays, saying, we are recruiting, and so on and so forth. This is the role you'll be doing. This is the people we are looking for, and yada, yada, yada. These are the work hours, which may or may not be informed in the... how do you call it? It's not a job application. It's a... when the employer tries to recruit people, what's that called? It's a job... not application, but the opposite.
I want to say a job listing, perhaps. So.
Job listing, yeah. The job listing. The job listing includes all information such as your new title and the requirements for you as an employee, and all of the second priority information you as an employer needs. But what's the main reason we as regular people do? What's the main reason you seek a job? Why do you need a job?
Cash money.
Cash money!
Because money. You can't
Cash
live without
money.
it.
That is priority number one. We need cash money because that's how society works today.
But
So
the employer
why the
doesn't want you
fuck?
to ask that.
So why
society.
the fuck, if that is priority number one for most people seeking a job, why is that not listed in the job listings? We are recruiting people with these qualifications for an IT support guy, and we are willing to pay this much money for your work. Why is that never listed? It's the number one reason why people work. It's because of the money.
Yeah, but they
Why?
ask that in job interviews. It's like, why do you want this job? And if you answer because I need money, that's wrong. That's the wrong
Well, that's
answer.
the
That's not-
most honest fucking answer.
Yeah,
that should
but
be a
that's-
green light.
That's not the answer they're looking for. That's the thing.
Unfortunately, they want people with all the good answers, like, oh, I want to be a good human being, and I want to put on a good effort for society, and I want
I
this
feel like
I want this company to grow.
I feel like
want
I
the
can
bosses to
compete-
make bigger bonuses.
make more money.
I think
Make
I can
that
help
be-
the company grow. I want to grow with the company and all that. shit.
Yes, yes, and then they hear, we as the employers, we get bigger bonuses because of you. Yes, we'll employ you. Yeah.
But
It's
ask not what you can do for your job. Ask what your job can do for you.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I surely hope it's paying our salary.
I just think they're in employers or companies in general are in too much of a... They think they're in too much of a privileged position where they don't feel the need to list the salary.
No, they
for
can't.
said
They fucking
job.
can't, because then a competitor can go in and say, "Oh, they are offering this, so we can just up it a bit, and we get the best applications."
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, you-
competition, which in the
No,
end
no.
benefits the employee.
Yeah, but if they do
Mm.
that, you can if you're working at a company and you see they need another person, right, and you can see his salary, then you can apply the job, right? Even though
The-
you are
the-
working in the same company,
Yes,
right?
Mm-hmm.
and because of all this secrecy from the companies in part, I think it's the employees' responsibility, the common man on the street. It's our responsibility to communicate with other employees in competing companies and say, "Hey, you dude in competitor company number 2, how much do you earn? Because I earn this amount of money in my company." And if he over there says, "Oh, I earn more than you for the same job," it's like, that's fucking weird. That's a reason for bargaining for higher pay. So I think we, as the employees, should be more open about our salaries towards other employees, especially in competing companies.
But even within companies where you talk your way to a pay, say.
Where you bargain for
Yeah. So your pay might be higher
pay.
and your colleagues and everything. companies might go and say, yeah, but don't talk about your pay to the other guys and stuff like that, because they don't want
Because-
people with lower pay to know that they can get more and such.
Yeah, but if that's only in the interest of the company,
Yeah,
if you keep your mouth shut as the employee, you're only making it worse for you and your other colleagues on the. Of course, I'm speaking if you're not at the very top of the system. If you're like the regular man on the street, if you're like a
the building
regularly
blocks.
or yeah, if you're like the building blocks of the company, we guys should be talking about our salaries amongst each other. And yeah, because that only promotes further growth for most of us.
In my line of
That's
business,
just-
everyone in every company gets the same, mostly.
Yeah, I think that's yeah, and maybe that's great for you, but did you communicate with people from a competing company in
Yeah,
your
it's the
same
it's the
field of
same.
work?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a standard for security guards, so every security company follows this standard. Every security guard gets this amount of money, and that's it. Final.
Okay.
There's only a couple of security firms that doesn't follow that standard, and they usually get lower pay, not more. So
Oh, well, that's a bad.
because if
end
you
of
aren't
the deal.
organized, they can skip the extra money you should be getting for you working late shifts.
Your annual raise and your extras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a known thing for some of the people who works at nightclubs and stuff. The bouncers, they usually get less paid than regular security guards, even though they are in a more hazardous place with more chances to get knocked out or something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
But overall, most security guards follow the standard. I don't know what it's called in English, but in Norwegian it's called tariff.
The standard rates.
The standard rate, yeah, the going rates.
The
We're
going
all,
rates.
yeah. So we all have the same unions and stuff as security guards, and they fight the cause for every security guard, basically. So when I get the raise, all my colleagues get the same raise overall, right? So
So in one way, that's good for equality.
it's good for
Equal
equality,
pay,
yeah,
but it's not good for the potential growth of
No, yeah, but the thing is,
employees.
when they try to get a raise and everything, we are like unionized and everything, so we can go on a strike and stuff to push
Yes,
up for
and
everyone.
that's
But
yeah.
of course, if you were just one guy trying to get your specific salary up, you might be a smooth talker and get a bit more out of it.
Yeah, but if you're not unionized and
then you're fucked over.
fails to bargain for higher salary, and you as one guy go on a strike,
Yeah, but you aren't
you're,
unionized, so you don't get anything for striking
yeah,
either.
you don't.
When you go on a strike in
just-
Norway, you get paid by the union to be on strike, right? So,
Yeah.
So that's it. I'm not organized myself, but all my colleagues are. So they went on strike, and I went on work alone
Aw.
as a single security guard on one of Norway's biggest shopping malls.
Yeah.
I had a lot to do, and it was the longest strike since World War II or something, where they were striking for 3 months or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, they almost got the raise they wanted.
Almost.
Almost, yeah.
They made a compromise.
Yeah, they had to.
Well, time is running out, and I can tackle the last topic because it's just an announcement of something we already kind of knew, but not to this degree. The Steam Awards, the top selling games ranked by total revenue for 2023 has been listed, and here we see familiar titles, one of them from Capcom as well, I don't know if I'll just list them from place 10th to first place in gross revenue. On 10th place, we have Cities Skylines 2, $50 million. And then Lethal Company, which were made by one developer, which has gained huge success, $52 million in revenue for one guy. That's a great fucking deal. 7th place, 8th place, that's Star Wars Jedi Survivor, 68 million. Then comes, I don't even know if it's Football Club 24, FC 24, EA Sports.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, might be,
$81 million. Then we have an Armored Core game. No, it's a fucking...
From Soft?
Fires. No. Fires of... Let me zoom in this fucking picture. Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon.
Yeah.
Very mech game, yeah. $87 million. Next up, Sons of the Forest, the successor of the Forest. $116 million. And on 4th place, Resident Evil 4 Remake from Capcom, which are also mods of. $159 million. And next up is Bethesda's Starfield, 3rd place, $235 million in revenue. 2nd place, Hogwarts Legacy. The Harry Potter fans loved it, and I heard it's a great game. $341 million. And last but not least, 1st place for most grossing game, most revenue gained on Steam, Baldur's Gate 3.
Fuck yeah.
$657 million. It's won by a long shot over Hogwarts Legacy and Starfield.
Did you see the reactions of streamers when they had some awards, not the Steam awards, but awards with other games as well from PlayStation, Sony, and whatnot, and people were rooting for Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man game, and then they announced Baldur's Gate, and it's like, what the fuck is Baldur's Gate? No.
Yeah, and it wasn't just one.
No, it was
award for
many.
Baldur's Gate. It was
No, they got
many awards.
Yeah,
many
for
awards.
Baldur's Gate.
I think this list isn't right because
Maybe?
no because
When was this posted?
I believe it's CS:GO, right? But they don't tell
In terms of like pure
money.
revenue?
Yeah,
Ah,
pure
is
money.
it though?
Have you seen the economy? Have you seen the skins?
Oh well, in the money, like in-game purchases and such.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just the result of the game purchase itself.
Yeah,
I have no idea how they conducted this. I just know that Baldur's Gate 3 is a hugely popular game, and
which you haven't finished yet.
which I haven't finished yet.
We haven't either, Junior.
No, but we are.
I'm just dipping my toes back in. I'm really trying to get going on my single player playthrough because we've pretty much halted our duo and trio playthrough.
Yeah.
So me and Thomas are going to play through it for you.
Maybe so, unless I just speed through my my previous progression on my solo character. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not running solo. I'm bringing Karlach, Shadowheart, and Astarion, I think. The
Yeah.
vampire.
I banged
Yeah.
Karlach twice thus far.
Yeah, she's very likable. Just
Yeah,
her
yeah,
personality is fucking great. Great characters, great acting, great game. It's
And the voice
Mwah.
acting is really good.
voice acting.
And,
It's,
and the voice acting for the vampire guy is so good, I hate him.
Astarion.
I just hate his fucking smugness and his,
Yes,
his
he
lordiness. It's just something there that I just...
Astarion. He plays that role beautifully.
I don't like him, but it's in a good way.
The girls, they swoon over him is like the favorite.
I'm currently playing through the last game the developers made, the Divinity 2 Original Sin, with another friend, and there's a similar character, the Red Prince. I think it's the same voice actor because he has the same lordy tones because the Red Prince is a prince, of course. and he is also like better than everyone else and stuff in
Mm.
his attitude. And the voices are similar, so I don't know if it's the same or it's just another guy like doing the same thing. But I also hate him
Mhm.
just because the way he talks and everything. So,
Yeah, well, he plays that role to perfection. All of the characters, all of the voice actors, props to them. They do a great roles.
Great
Yeah.
All of
work.
them. Yeah,
Great,
great,
great.
work. Bravo.
Yeah, Junior and me
I
thought
wanna
we
play
will
Baldur's
play
Gate
through
now.
the game once more.
Already?
With different characters when we finished this playthrough.
Mm. Try the Dark Urge.
No.
Yes, you said earlier, but we
For
played
story,
we,
for
we,
story
we played custom
reasons.
characters now, and we brought 2 companions with us. Next time we will play 2 characters and bring 2 other characters with us that we didn't know
The
to get
Dark
the story.
Urge is kind of a mix between a custom and one of the voice acted characters in terms of he or she has an own story, and it's very interesting thus far as I've played it.
Well, we'll see, because I will play through the game another time with another friend as well when I'm finished up Divinity Original Sin 2. So I will be playing this a lot.
Yeah.
But I will be doing
Yeah.
different things in my different playthroughs.
I will look forward to not being limited to just punching people.
Yeah. He's a monk.
Ah, so your playstyle is very
Up close and personal.
straightforward. Straightforward.
Yeah, but
Straightforward.
he deals a lot of damage. I think he's the highest damage dealer out of us as well.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah, well,
Time,
well,
time,
we're running
time.
over time again, so I would like our listeners to. I would like to thank our listeners to have stuck with us for yet another episode of Tipsy Wednesday. Please follow us on our link below. It'll lead you to our social medias. Feel free to hate or criticize or give praise or whatever on our social medias. Or even support us in the support link below.
Yeah.
So, with that, I'd like to say thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.